Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right, and you tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast, where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, my guy?
Man, I can't call it, man, but feeling good though. You know what I'm saying? Got to had to hit up my sister earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She got a birthday coming up this Sunday, so we trying to work out some
Oh.
stuff for this weekend. Yeah, big sis. You know what I'm saying? About to have another B day. So trying to work out some stuff with her. But man, other than that though, you know, I'm doing all right, man. You know, trying to make it out here in these streets, man. How you feeling though? Everything good with you?
Oh man, everything is great, man. You know what I'm saying? Just got my Hulu back, so you know what I'm saying, I'm enjoying that. Catching up on all the stuff that I missed. Man, what we watching is it's a sad moment. Sad moment, man. You was right. I'll just say that before we get to that point.
Oh shit.
You was definitely right. But man, outside of that, man, everything is great. You know what I'm saying? Had a short day at work today. Ended up being a fantastic day, man. As my OG, you know what I'm saying, as my OG Pop Look used to say, man, clitorius day. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was out. I went out there like 7 something. You know what I'm saying? Took my kids to school. Got up there to my spot where I start off at like 8. You know what I'm saying? Got some breakfast from McDonald's real quick. I ended up starting in totality at like probably like 8:15. Man, by like 1 o'clock I was done, bro, and did way over what I was supposed to do. So,
that's what's up.
It ended up being a great day today, man. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't complain. But ladies and gentlemen, we got to get into our favorite segment, man. This is a segment where we give you extra, you know what I'm saying, extra pieces to watch. You know what I'm saying? This is like the trailers version of what we do on our podcast. You know, when you go to the movies, before you see the feature presentation, they give you the trailers. And this is our version of the trailers, man. We call this what we watching. Ready, bro?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. What we watching?
What we watching?
Ah man, my mouth feel funny. I don't know what's going on, but so what you got for us this week? Hold on, I think we having some technical difficulties with S dot right now, but until we get that fixed, man, yo, look, this is what we got going on, man. So my man S dot was right, okay, ladies and gentlemen. He called it. He told me. He said, "Scoots, I promise you, this ain't what you want. You don't want to see this. This ain't it." And the one I'm talking about, man, is it's on Hulu. It's called You Can't Escape, or There Is No Escape. I forgot what the shit is called now. Hold on. God dang it. No One Will Save You. That's what it's called. No One Will Save You. I watched that movie, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's no purpose to that movie. That movie is horrible. That movie is trash. I don't understand what the purpose of it is. None of it made sense. I don't know if the lady could talk. I don't know if the lady can't talk. I don't know if all of this was a setup. I don't know if she was one of the aliens. I don't know if they was trying to make her an alien. I don't know what the hell happened. What I will say is though, they did a great job with the alien though. The alien was changing forms throughout the movie, which I thought was super dope. It's not too many movies where you get a chance to see excuse me, it's not too many movies where you get a chance to see these guys or these monsters, you know what I'm saying, like evolve into something bigger. And then at first it was like a smaller version of it, and then the more and more as it evolved, excuse me, the more and more it evolved, like the bigger and bigger it got, and it was like chasing her throughout the movie. You know what I'm saying, getting with her throughout the movie. So it was a very interesting concept, man. We got S dot back, but I was pretty much saying that No One Can Save You is trash. I think we lost him again. And the for me, the alien saved everything. That was to me the biggest part of the whole movie. Without the alien, there pretty much would be there would be nothing about that movie that would be worth watching or sitting down and checking out or anything like that. It's just one of those movies that you really can't understand. Um it's not a lot of talking. It's real little dialogue in this movie, which doesn't help anything. And like I said, the best part about it all was the alien. The alien was the to me, uh, you know what I'm saying, seeing its transformation. I thought that was super dope. And then whatever the beam was that was coming up and down and like changing colors and shit like that, I thought that was super dope too. The beam definitely made the movie worthwhile. So yeah, No One Can Save You was trash, bro.
I tried to tell
Yeah,
you, man.
it was.
I tried to tell you. And then like even though the aliens win at the end because you can tell that they took over the whole town because everybody wasn't normal. So like they just really got into everybody and everybody's all robotic. So you can kind
Exactly.
of tell that the aliens won. But I told you, I was like, I watched that shit. I was like, oh my God, man, this is not good. I figured you wasn't really gonna rock with that shit at that much. So that's it's really unfortunate because honestly, I feel like there I watched three movies that came out on Hulu, and
Yeah,
that was one of them. And it was just like, no, they're not Hulu movies. It's
right.
just they just came out on Hulu, and all three of them was just mediocre. And it's just like,
Yeah, that shit was ass.
yeah, man. It's like I felt like the alien was lazy, like the way that it looked.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
Man, I just felt like, man, given, I guess it just to me there was like no creativity to it. You know what I
I
mean?
kind of see what you're saying. The only reason I don't say that is throughout the movie, the transformation of it kind of made it, you know what I'm saying, a little better for me because like at first, remember like when you first seen it, it was in its original form, and then when she had thought she killed it, you know what I'm saying, it had ended up coming back, and then it was in like a smaller form at first, but then like it was sitting like that at first.
Mm-hmm.
And it started sitting like that. That motherfucker start like transforming and shit into something else, or like evolving into something else. And then every time it started chasing her from there on, it was crawling on four legs. But then remember when they got outside, because that when it was in the house, it wasn't that big. Once it got outside, like that motherfucker climbed up on the roof, and I was like, "How the fuck it get that big that fast?" I thought that was dope as fuck.
Yeah, but honestly, I felt like the girl just. I don't think she was just good enough to hold that movie. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, absolutely not. She wasn't saying shit.
And it wasn't just that she wasn't saying shit. Like, I mean, it's that, but it's also the fact of like she just didn't. She didn't hold the screen. You know what I'm saying? Like when you
Yeah,
think of movies,
she wasn't scared enough to me either, too, though, because there was some shit in there where I'm like, all right, like when she came out with the curling iron, I'm like, come on, fam.
yeah, but I feel like there's only when you think of like you had Tom Cruise, not Tom
Mm-hmm.
Cruise, not Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You had Ryan Reynolds with the buried joint. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like there's certain people who could just be in a movie, mostly by themselves and they
Yeah.
captivate you. I just feel like she didn't. I don't think she was good enough for that role,
Well,
unfortunately.
the only reason I say I feel you, but I kind of don't feel you, like I kind of got some disagreements because she also had the alien there with her. You feel what I'm saying? So that kind of should have gave her, you know what I'm saying, like that green light to act a little, you know what I'm saying, like to have a better showing. You know what I'm saying? Especially the fact that you had something there that you had to react to and so on and so forth. Like that should have gave you a little bit better. So that's why I say I agree with you at for sure. She did a horrible fucking job. I disagree with you with the fact that just that not the fact that she was just by herself, but it's so much like okay, so like even when you know what I'm saying, we see, you know what I'm saying, Ryan Reynolds or Tom Hanks in these movies, there's dialogue, right? And I think that the lack of dialogue caused you to be confused because it's like you don't know what the fuck is going on. You don't know why these aliens are coming here in this place in the first place. You don't know what the fuck is really going on with her. You see, at one point, she, you know what I'm saying, get chased by the alien. She thought she killed it. Go to the fucking she go to the fucking
Like the police station.
yeah, police station, get spit on. And we don't even know why the fuck she got spit on.
Yeah, and they don't even explain it till like later on in the movie, like 45 minutes later.
Yeah, and even then you don't even understand what's going on there. You just see that I think the aliens took their daughter or something like that.
Well, she killed that lady's daughter that spit on her. Remember that whole little scene where it was two girls out in the woods and then one of them? Yeah, so apparently she killed her, and I guess they didn't charge her as an adult, I guess. Because remember, like the town didn't fuck with her.
Right.
And I think it was because they was like, well, you know, you're a killer. You killed this, you know, your friend or whatever this girl was to her. So it was like that's all we got though. It was just I don't know, like none of it really makes sense.
None of
like,
this shit makes sense at all. Maybe she was so obsessed with this girl that they weren't really friends, and she ended up killing her. Cause at first I thought that whoever Ma was like out of town. So I'm thinking like she was like she wrote the letter like I seen your parents today, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then like she waved at some motherfuckers at the cemetery, and then she was like, like she did it like stupid, like what the fuck is this?
yeah.
What am I watching at this point? What's going on? We know her mom dead. That's cool. We get it. You know what I'm saying? We know that this bitch like scaled down houses and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some Beetlejuice type shit. We get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what the fuck does all of this mean? None of this. I just didn't get it, man. So that I watched no one can save you, and no one could have saved me at the time apparently from watching this movie. So it's not tried. It's not tried, but I didn't listen. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
what you got for us, bro?
All right, man. So I got one. I got a Netflix movie for y'all. It just came out this past Friday, and it's Pain Hustlers. It got the wonderful, beautiful Emily Blunt in there. Got Chris Evans. I was about to say Chris Pines. Got Chris Evans in it. And so basically, we're just getting another one of those movies about meds, you know what I'm saying, in the pharmaceutical companies. And so basically, Chris Evans brought Emily Blunt was just a girl who just really didn't have a life together. So she was living like in her sister's garage with her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And like she like the first time we see her, like she's like, she ain't even scripting really. Like, man, you don't even see that. Like, why go with this whole stripper thing in the beginning? We don't see no you know what? I ain't even gonna go there. So anyway, she don't even take nothing off. But anyway, so she runs into Chris.
She's an exotic dancer then. She's not a stripper.
Yeah, basically. And so I guess he kind of felt that she could be a salesman.
Yeah.
So he basically gave her his card or whatever. It was like, yo, whenever you want to, you know, do something worth your time or whatever. So she ends up going in there. And so my man just completely make up this resume. Like on the spot. You know what I'm saying? She graduated from this school. She got a degree in this and a degree in that. This bitch, she ain't even got a GED, my guy.
I'm weak.
So he take it in, and the manager is Andy Garcia. Okay. And so he take the resume in there, and boom, give her the job. So she has to go around and try to get like these doctors to use like a different, like the type of meds that they're pushing. And so she ends up, well, like I say, she's like her life is in shambles. Like her sister got into it, and so she ended up leaving and getting like a hotel joint to live in with her and her daughter. Her daughter's mixed, and they never even showed the dad, but whatever. So then, anyway, so she ends up selling, and they turn into this $1 billion company. And then you get the downfall, because what ended up happening is like they didn't tell the people like the side effects of like taking this medication and shit. Okay. And I think I believe it might be based on a true story. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember if it said it, but like basically like people like teeth started like rotting out and shit, and like all types of little stuff like that. But it's just, it kind of reminded me of a different version of like Dope Sick. Yeah. It's like a different version of that, because we know that like these people who are pushing these meds and stuff, trying to get people to take a different medication to basically make money. We done seen a few of those movies as of late. So, but I thought it was all right though. I mean, it wasn't the best movie that I've seen, but you know what I'm saying. But it wasn't the worst either. So, but I thought that they did a really good job with it. So, what we're watching is Pain Hustlers on Netflix.
Cool, man. Cool. All right, man. So let's get into the real deal Holyfield, man. This episode that we are covering today. Yeah, I gotta excuse me. I'm a little congested too. But we are covering The Lone Kiss Goodnight. Starring Geena Davis, Samuel L. Jackson. Give me a minute to get the cast. Yvonne Zima, Greg Burko, Brian Cox, David Morse, Joseph McKenna, and a host of other people. But this movie is about a small town housewife who you know what I'm saying, we find out that she has amnesia, and basically she turns out to be this killer assassin who I guess ended up in a car accident trying to avoid a deer or whatever.
No. She well, it wasn't amnesia. What it was on the last mission that she did, she ended up basically getting caught, and the dude asked the one guy asked the dude to kill her. He fucking with her, and then she ended up started getting away, but the dude shot her ass in the head, and she fell in the water.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's why she don't remember shit. No, she already didn't know, because the way the movie starts, like she's talking about how she was basically born 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And she don't remember anything before that. And she'll stare in the mirror at her scars and stuff, trying to figure out how they got there. Yeah, it was because she got shot in the head and she fell in the water.
Well, before we actually get into it, man, let's play a little clip from the movie so you guys can hear what type of movie this is. Now, for those that's watching, she's walking down the street.
How about some company?
No, thanks. I'm saving myself till I get raped.
She's being fucked by a man at this point.
I ain't asking you. I'm telling you.
You pointing the gun at her, and at this point in the movie, she's the assassin.
Perkins wants me dead, huh? What's the rush?
Why don't you just go away and come back at midnight? Shoot. Hey, honey.
That's fucking crazy to tell somebody with a gun pointed at you.
Yeah.
Ain't no ham on rap, pal.
What the hell are you doing?
Saving your life. I would have been this, but I was thinking up that ham on ride line.
You think I can't? Now you probably scared the other ones away.
What up?
Headhunters, Nimrod. They don't travel alone. You're always this stupid. Did you take lessons?
I took lessons.
You got this fucking gun.
All right. So she basically took the gun from the dude that had the gun aimed at her, and she shot the other two that was there to help him. And one of them shot him. So this is kind of like John Wick meets Mrs. Doubtfire type shit, man. This shit is crazy. Geena Davis is ain't that her name, Geena Davis? Am I saying
Yeah,
that
Geena
right?
Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, Geena Davis is fucking running through shit in this movie. First and foremost, the scene that I thought was hilarious was, you know what I'm saying, they got the motherfuckers at the door singing Christmas carols. Now, first and foremost, we all we all don't like when people are at your door singing Christmas carols. So I don't know if she was going to open the motherfucking door to tell them to shut the fuck up, or she was going there to you know what I'm saying, to listen to the Christmas carols. And it's a reason why I say I don't know whether she was going to tell them with either or, but we'll get to that part later because it's a scene in the movie where, you know what I'm saying, some shit got a little iffy. But when she goes to open the door, it's a dude out there with a shotgun. This nigga break up the monotony, you know what I'm saying, and come in the house with the shotgun. Now, this is where shit gets bad. Okay? This is where
Mhm.
shit gets real bad in the movie. And I'm not talking about just the situation, I'm talking about just bad shit all around. Okay, first bad thing, right? This is how I want to start this pot off, bro, because it's gonna be fun. So, first bad thing, right, is, you know what I'm saying, she just bust out screaming. Okay, this nigga got a shotgun aimed at her, and she just bust out screaming. And so she eventually fight this nigga off. Okay, the busting out screaming shit is crazy to me. With a motherfucker got a shotgun aimed at you, you got to move around or something, my nigga. You can't just stand there screaming. It's not a smart move. Second thing, right? The daughter comes down the stairs when she hears the mom screaming and just stands there. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, the shit is genetic. Neither one of them moved out. Oh my goodness. And then third, man, the husband. Sit that weak nigga down somewhere, bro. How you let a nigga come in your house, you know what I'm saying? Your wife two-piece him up real quick while he got a shotgun. Here you are trying to save your wife, and this nigga gun butt you across the room. He didn't even throw this nigga. He hit this nigga with the gun butt. The nigga flipped by the fireplace. Knocked him out for a long ass time. He out of there. Now, I don't know if this nigga shot a grenade or a rocket or whatever when she went to go, you know what I'm saying, save her daughter. But the CGI looked like a rocket.
That
And
shit
it
blew
hit
a
the
big ass
door
hole in the wall.
with the CGI flame. No residue, nowhere. The wall not on fire. No, it just looked like somebody knocked a hole in the wall. Now, mind you, this rocket came out of a shotgun that doesn't have any kind of barrel extension. Okay, she takes her daughter and literally picks her up, throws her through the hole in the wall, and she somehow lands across the the lawn into a whole nother house. You know what I'm saying? Into a whole nother house. Nobody
It's a
asked
tree
a question.
house, man.
Huh?
It's a tree house, man.
Oh, I thought that shit was next door. I just said because that's why I was confused. I was like, so nobody is just wondering how this little girl ended up in the house. Nobody is asking questions, no nothing. Just everybody cool with it. But they eventually old dude eventually dies. First and foremost, my nigga, when that motherfucking that refrigerator saved her life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Shout out
yeah.
to that refrigerator. Whatever kind of refrigerator that was, I want one of them. Cause god damn. That nigga shot that shotgun, bro. That shit, she flew back far as fuck. Well, she ended up breaking my man down and killing him. Uh and the crazy way she killed my nigga is with a pie. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Smashed this nigga so hard in the fucking
Yeah.
face that the fucking the pie hold what was that? The dish that was holding the pie broke. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's how strong she is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You, I'm gonna let you finish because you giving
I'm
this
done.
scene a complete disjustice, man.
That's what happened.
No, it
My
wasn't.
man had the knife, and he was about to stab her. She grabbed the pie and just smacked him in the fucking face with it, and this nigga
Yes.
passes out. Then after that, she just snapped this nigga neck, and she didn't even
Exactly. Okay.
directly snap his neck. I don't know
See.
how the fuck you lift a nigga head up and just do like that. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, listen. When you
Her neck,
train,
her neck snapping capabilities is nuts. Did you see the way she broke the deer's neck?
I did. Yes, I
Come
did.
on, man.
Well, she at least twisted the deer. This dude, she didn't even twist. She just
She
pulled
just,
that shit up and just popped that
yeah,
shit.
come on, fam.
And
And
then
then
said,
lick the stuff.
yeah, and then said chefs do that. Yeah. That was from a scene earlier in the movie, but
Yeah, it wasn't nothing he could say no way. He just got gun butted across the room.
yeah,
Relax,
like
okay?
yeah. But see, the thing with him that always tripped me out was so you get with a woman and she tells you, yo, like, I don't remember anything before this amount of years.
Right.
Right. So he, you know what I'm saying? And she pregnant with a child, or at least or have a child, because I think he does know the child is not his. So then you get with this woman who don't remember anything, and then all of a sudden, because see, what people got to understand is she don't remember anything from 8 years previous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when she gets in a car accident, when she hit the deer and got thrown out the car, she started having glimpses of who she was. So like she just little small little inklings of like, oh, of this person that she used to be. So gradually, the more time she get hit upside the head, the more of her memory starts to come back.
Okay.
So there's a whole scene where she's in the kitchen and she's like cutting carrots and shit.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, she got them killing that shit. And then she got them like, it's like, throw me some stuff. So she ended up getting the tomato, throwing that shit in the air, throwing a knife, and that shit hit the wall. And it's like,
yeah.
And she's like, chefs do that. That's what my man should have said. It's time to go.
Should have been going when he found out this bitch couldn't cut carrots.
What
are you talking about?
No, she could cut carrots. She just
figured
out that she could
bro. Hey man, that in particular was something that stood out to me. So that's how I know for a fact I remember this. That shit stood out to me, and it was so fucking weird because the way she was trying to cut the shit was moving out from under the knife, and then all of a sudden she turned it around, and then she just started doing that shit, and then started speeding it up, and she was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! I'm a chef!" And then all of a sudden, like, nah, fam, get the fuck out of here, man. That shit was cap.
I'm gonna tell you what's cap in this movie, and I didn't realize. I've seen this movie, I don't know, 50 times, and it never occurred to me till I watched it yesterday. So the movie starts out, and when she's talking about how she was born 8 years ago, and all this little shit. So then this lady says that she is a teacher, and that's when I got confused. So you have no records of who you were. We don't know if you got a high school diploma.
Right.
We don't know if you got a GED. We don't know if you went to college. How all of a sudden you only remember from 8 years ago, and now you're a teacher?
How old is her fucking daughter?
I think her daughter, 8. She has to be 8 because when when she said that when she woke up from whatever, I don't know if they actually said that she was actually in a coma. I can't remember if they said that, but she said she was 2 weeks pregnant when she woke up or whatever. So the daughter has to be 8 because they said 8. She woke up 8 years ago. So I was just so baffled with that. I was like, well, like, how did she become a teacher?
Right.
Like, I don't know. That shit just kind of bummed me out. But I hear what you're saying. But like I took a different approach to the movie because I think that like I thought it was dope that after after the car accident, like I said, like that triggered something. And so then you get the one scene where she takes her daughter ice skating, and you know what I'm saying, she's acting like a regular 8-year-old girl would. Like, hold my hand, mommy, I can't do it. She fell down and she's like, yo, like, I'm done. I don't want to do this shit no more. She looked at her and said, wipe that shit off your face. Like, life is pain.
You're gonna skate all the way to the edge over there, princess. And I don't want to hear you talk about you can't do it anymore. You know, it makes myself clear. That's what I was talking about when I said that I don't know if she was gonna open that motherfucker and be like, hey, fuck off, or be like, hey, great job, God. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit was just so weird. But I guess that was a great introduction into the type of person that she was.
She was, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it really wasn't like if you really watch it, it really ain't something that's technically bad. She was just trying to give her the confidence to be able to say that she can skate and that she wouldn't tell herself that she can't skate. So I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? For them to bring that in, because it was a interesting way to show us the differences between who she really is and who she's been. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to her because she was a major or some shit like that, wasn't she?
Man, all I know, she was supposed to have been like the United States top assassin in the CIA.
Yeah, they were just throwing titles on motherfuckers.
And so like what we saw, like the beginning of the movie, like we see Samantha, and then like what we saw in that scene was we saw a glimpse of a clip of Charlie Baltimore.
Absolutely.
And so like I was saying, like, but that wasn't we still, even with that scene with the refrigerator and all that type stuff, like at this point we probably getting like 25% of Charlie Baltimore at that point.
Right.
Like we like, because like I said, everything is like a glimpse, because this movie's really, I personally think they did a good job with the build up. So Mitch shows up because Mitch is just a guy who, he was a former cop and now he's into scamming people.
Hey,
got this woman.
Shout out to Mitch Hennessy.
Yeah.
A lot of shit don't happen in this movie. You know.
Yes, Mitch Hennessy. Yeah, man, he showed his ass in this, and so he shows up. He's at the door. He got the daughter out the car, which, you could tell that this girl is 8 because she just willingly got into a black man's car. And when the police showed up, she's telling the police, "Don't shoot him."
You know what I'm saying? Respect.
So, yeah, most definitely. So she ends up leaving with him. Now she contacted him because she was trying to figure out. She's been trying to figure out for years who she actually is, but could never find anything. And it was because the CIA basically wiped everything. Because when you go deep undercover like that, they have to wipe everything from your. That's why she couldn't figure out who she was.
Right.
And so Mitch fucking take her ass to this motel. She ended up calling this guy, which was smart by the CIA people to know that she was going to contact this guy. And so she reaches out to the guy. They tap the phone so they know where she's going to be and shit. But the scene that tripped me out was, like I said, you getting glimpses. Like she's getting like little small glimpses, and she looks at her suitcase. And something told her that there was something up. It wasn't just a regular suitcase. She pulled some shit back. She ended up finding a gun in there. And then we get a glimpse of Charlie Baltimore. She goes and she starts putting the gun together. You know what I'm saying? She put the gun together and all that shit. And so then Mitch come in the room. And then Mitch almost get his head blown off, and Mitch is like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out of here." and so he was like, "Yo, you didn't tell me you had a gun."
Right.
And so she was like, "I didn't know I had a gun," and all this type of shit. So what was funny was when he told the story. So he was like, I was a cop in Chicago or whatever, and this happened, and
he was a cop in
Atlanta. So he was like, and all of a sudden, they come into my house and they see the such and such is in there. She's like, "Oh, they planted it on you?" You're like,
he said, "No,
"Nah,
I stole it."
I stole it."
That nigga, man.
Hey, they set that shit up so perfect. Hey, you sit here thinking Mitch about to say he got it set up. Mitch was like, "Nah," he's like, "I stole that shit." Hey, that shit was so fucking funny to me. And
Yeah, that was
so,
perfect.
no, I love when he do the whole little shit when he sing the shit. Yo,
Oh yeah, every time he got a gun,
hey,
got a
this motherfucker
45
said,
in my right pocket,
da,
got
da, 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 da. Got a shotgun in the other
a
hand.
shotgun in the other hand. Like, man, this
He
nigga
said,
hilarious,
no,
man.
he said, no, he said, got a shotgun in the other hand. He was like, da, 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 da. He was like, if anybody fuck with Mitch, he was like, da, 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 da. I know exactly what to do because I'm a bad motherfucker.
That's when old dude pulled up on him.
Hey, boy, Sam L is that dude. But I'm sorry,
Hey,
boy.
no, what was funny was when they was walking into the thing and he was like, you know what I'm saying? He was making this song. He was like, I got a 45 in my right. She was like, why would you do it like that? People are gonna see it. He was like, what you want me to put it in my belt and shoot my dick off? She was like, oh, she'll talk to it. I said, hell nah, man, it's fucked up.
Hey, that shit was hilarious, man. But nah, but then they also something else that they also set up was like also in that car ride that I was talking about. Mitch said like everything in my life, he's like I always found a way to fuck it up, and I think that's important because there's like other times throughout the movie, like when the whole what I'm saying conclusion of the movie when they was trying to get the girl back and all that type shit. He was like standing there with a gun. He was like, "Come on, Mitch! Like, man, you got to get this right," and all this type shit. And I thought that they gave him a good like redemption story because we get a little glimpse into his life where we see him using this girl to scam people out of money. Then we see him go to his ex house and buy his son this gun thing or whatever. And then he was like, Dad, mom's getting really weird when, what I'm saying, when you come through because when you bought me that bike, she called bike stores saying if there was bike stolen and all that type shit. So like we get like a little glimpse into Mitch's life where it's like, what I'm saying, nobody really believe in him, but his son really.
Yeah.
And so I thought that part was really good. And so then with when Samantha would like fuck with him, like that scene that you played, like he's like, "Yo, I'm here to save your life," and she was like I can do this shit myself. And what was funny was then that when they got in the car, they was riding, and he was like, "Man, how you do? You keep saying I." He was like, it just kind of seems like you don't need me anymore. And she was like, "I don't," and she kicked that motherfucker out the car.
Oh, weak.
Hey, he sat there. He got a cigarette. He laid on the ground, lit that motherfucker up. And he just laid on the ground, man. And she ended up rolling back around and coming to get him. And then she was like, well, the only reason I need you is I need you to go get this one thing for me. And like, it was just, I just thought it was funny because like she was belittling him, but at the same time, none of this shit would have been done without him.
Yeah.
So I think that this movie had like a real I think personally they had like a really good dynamic in this movie. I do
too.
Yeah, I think the way that they bounced off of each other, especially when she turned into Charlie. When she turned into Charlie, like I felt like that's when their chemistry really started to me in my eyes bouncing off the screen. And like that's when the movie got good. When she popped up, when she shut that mirror and she got the blonde hair, to me, that's when the movie took off. Like it got a whole lot better after that.
Well, it's an interesting concept, regardless of who they would have matched her up with. I think it's just the fact that you find somebody that is this attractive, and you put them in this type of role, right? Excuse me. And what I mean by that is you have, you have the original role that she's playing where she's, the house mom and what I'm saying? She, dressed up, got the hair done and looking good, makeup. But then she has to click over eventually every now and then and become Charlie Baltimore, who's at this point is seeming like an alter ego more so than anything because she's just as believable as Charlie Baltimore as she is as Samantha Kane. You know what I'm saying? And when she's playing Samantha Kane, she looks more comfortable in that role because you know what I'm saying, she got her daughter, she's stress free, she ain't ducking and dodging bullets and shit like that. But then when she becomes Charlie Baltimore, she has, you know what I'm saying, like this real brash attitude. She's straight to the point. It ain't no bullshit, ain't no jokes. It's, you know what I'm saying, give me what I need or else I tear this motherfucker down. You know what I'm saying? She punching faces and taking names later. To whereas Samantha Kane is more so, you know, naive to a lot of things. You could tell she's kind of sheltered. You could tell she's kind of out the way. Um, she don't really know anything about the life that Charlie is living, but you know, in a weird way, it's like a split personality thing going on until she finally just clicks all the way over and realizes that she's Charlie Baltimore. But I think it's super interesting to have Geena Davis in this because even though she's, you know what I'm saying, athletic enough to play this role, she also, you know what I'm saying, is a beautiful woman. And we don't really see beautiful women playing these type of roles in 1996. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the role like a Geena Davis would usually get. She would probably be more so in that housewife lane and you know what I'm saying, like playing a role like that. But for her to also play the Charlie Baltimore side, I think that's super dope to see.
I think so too. And like, and she's mainly known for, what I'm saying, Thelma and Louise
Mhm.
and in the League of Their Own and like stuff like that, which she shows her athletic side in a League of Their Own.
Absolutely.
And but like, yeah, like I think that this was like really one of those as far as me, like I haven't seen every movie in the world, but like all of these movies that we're getting like as of late, where we're seeing Jessica Chastain kicking ass, where we seeing what's my girl name? Mary Elizabeth Winstead, like in Kate, and all of these type of movies where we're getting like girls that are like just punishing these dudes out here. This was like one of those, like in my memory, one of those first ones where like there's a woman that like they can't fuck with this girl.
Yeah, but also remember, um, it's not just the fact that she's beating people like because and what I like about it too is when she's actually fighting, a lot of the fights that she's in, she's not really like flat out winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's using all of the tools that she has from the government to really win a lot of these fights. Like, you know what I'm saying? Going one on one. I appreciate the fact that they just not letting her just like, you know what I'm saying, like punch dudes a couple times and then like niggas is falling out like they knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Or she kicking them and then they, flying to the wall and then, they just on the ground for the next 30 minutes type shit. They really did a great job at making this as realistic as possible as far as when you see her fighting the dude with the shotgun. You know what I'm saying? Like he's tossing this motherfucker around like a rag doll. Cause she can't be no more than what, maybe a buck 20, if that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She flying in and out of spaces at this point. But I like the fact that they do that just to show you, like, okay, we know that it's a movie, but at the same time, we still have to, we still have to make it believable. We still got to make it to where in these fight scenes, when you see the fight scene, you'll say, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciated the fact that they made it as realistic as possible and they didn't try to trick us, you know what I'm saying, early on.
So, all right. So we got to get serious real quick, but also with some seriousness, we got to do some conspiracy theory type shit.
Go
Now,
ahead.
I remember somebody putting this on social. This one scene that I'm about to talk about. Somebody put it on social media, and it was just like, "Yo, this is one of the truest things you will ever see in the movie." And it was like, I think that the way that the not the meme, but the real kind of was saying was they can't believe that the government like let this shit slide. So there was this thing that she kept talking about, Operation Honeymoon or whatever. That was the last thing that she was working on before she got shot in the head and losing her memory. So the guy that she was going after, the government wanted her to kill him, but then turn around, the government ended up working with the dude, and this is why they was trying to kill her, because they flip sides. So now what she has to do, like her whole thing is, because since she got her memory back, she wants to kill the people that was on her target list,
right?
And get back in good with the government. Okay, so when her and Mitch get caught up, and so they're sitting there on their knees, and the dude is explaining to her why they flip sides. And this is the part that I was talking about, and it was like, damn, I can't believe that the government even let this shit out. So my dude used an example of 9/11. He not 9/11. I'm sorry. When the world, so for people who don't know, the World Trade Center blew up. Well, the garage blew up in '93.
Yeah.
If y'all ever heard Biggie say, blow up like the World Trade, you're like, damn, how you know that? This dude died in 95 or 96.
Right.
It was because there was a small explosion in the garage of the World Trade Center. And the dude was saying that, you remember in 93, the World Trade Center blew up? Basically, that was us. And we used that to get more money out the government, and we blamed it on Muslim people.
I think we lost S. Dot again. He was making a great point too, man. So pretty much what I think we have here is we didn't get into Sam Davis's character as much, only because he really wasn't he was a big part excuse me, of the story, but he really wasn't the you know what I'm saying, like the main character, anything like that, which was kind of off. But he did have a huge part in this story, which was well needed, because it was always dope to see, what I'm saying, a partner with Geena Davis in this film. Let me see what's going on here. We're gonna try to get S Dot back, and while we do that, I'm gonna play another clip for you guys to see if it's something that you can mess with.
Get in, both of you, now! I said now!
We jumped out of a building!
Yes, it was very exciting. Tomorrow we go to the zoo.
You're a Waltman.
No, I'm the Hills Brothers bean buyer. Who else would I be? Hang on. Look, if you want me to talk in front of him, you may be asked to kill him later.
What?
Works for me, your call.
What?
Fire out the back if you have to.
Jesus, old man, how many of those things you got?
3, 1 shoulder, 1 hip, and 1 right here next to Mr. Wally. Well, most pat-downs never reveal it, as an agent's often reluctant to feel up another man's groin. Any other questions?
Yeah. What's the weather like on your planet?
Charlene, my darling.
My name is Samantha. Samantha Kane.
No, forget all that. School teacher business was your cover. Do you hear me, Charlie? You hear what I'm saying? Your memory was gone, you got confused, you bought your own cover. It was a fantasy, for Christ's sake. Samantha Kane never existed. You wrote the bloody thing.
No, it's not a fantasy. I'm in the goddamn PTA.
Then quit. You're an assassin working for the United States government. I ought to know. I trained you.
Get the fuck out of here! Assassin!
Yeah, that's super interesting, man. That is the type of stuff that you don't wake up and you don't see every day or hear every day. You know what I'm saying? Or at all, for that matter. This is a different type of movie for sure. watching this and seeing the situations like that, you're getting picked up by this random person, and this random person is telling you, you know, uh, giving you a gun and setting you up to, just in case you're getting chased down, shoot out the back, so on and so forth. And then they finally tell you the truth of, oh yeah, you're not, this person who you've been pretending to be, what I'm saying, for 8 years. You are, Charlie Baltimore, the greatest assassin in CIA history, so on and so forth. And, you know, it's just wow. It's hilarious the fact that Sam didn't even believe anything that they were saying. I thought that was interesting too, especially around '96 when a lot of conspiracy theories are thrown around and all that different type of stuff. So, um, hold on real quick. All right, I'm checking just to see where S dot is with getting back in here, because he was making a very valid point, and he had a great point that he was putting down. I don't want to cut that short, and I don't want you guys to miss out on that. So I'm trying to get him back in here now so we can get that fixed. But if you guys haven't seen The Long Kiss Goodnight, it is definitely a movie worth watching. Um, it's one of those movies. Excuse me. It's one of those movies that you should definitely check out. Um, Here we go. We got him back now, ladies and gentlemen. All right, man. So where was you leaving off, bro? Oh man, we lost him again. That's crazy. All right. So we don't have him back. Uh Here we go. What's up, buddy?
Dang, boy, I don't know what is going on with this thing. But
So where did you leave off, man?
okay, so I don't even know where it ended up ending. But like, so all right, so conspiracy mode.
Mm-hmm.
They brought up this excuse me, they brought up this whole thing where they was like, when they had them on their knees, they was like, yo, he was like, you remember in 1993 where there was a bomb in the World Trade Center?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like,
taking her jacket or something off.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying that that was them.
Yeah.
He was like, and what we did was, it was a whole thing. It was a ploy to get more money out of the government and to blame it on Muslim people.
Right.
And so, like, their whole plan with that Operation Honeymoon was they wanted to get more money from the government. So they put that bomb in that truck. And the plan was to go into this town and kill 4,000 people so they can get more money out of the government.
Right.
So my conspiracy mode was to take a real event like the World Trade Center, which blew up in '93. You know what I'm saying? Biggie said it in a song. Like, it's not far-fetched for the government to be pulling some shit like this off. And that's why I thought that whole little thing that they put on Facebook where somebody was saying, I can't believe that the government never flagged this movie by putting this in there, because this shit ain't that far-fetched.
Well, I don't think they didn't I don't think that they're gonna flag something like this to begin with. Because first and foremost, there's not too many people out here watching this really believing that that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, it is a conspiracy theory. So they just slapped that label on it, and then it's all over with. But I'm also not surprised at the fact that all of this shit was the CIA, because we know the shit and the damage that they've done just through COINTELPRO alone. So yeah, I'm not shocked at nothing that those fuckers do.
Yeah, I just thought that part was very interesting, and then also that they flipped to the other side, because Charlie Baltimore was like, "Yo, the last thing I remember, we was taking this dude down. Now you telling me y'all done teamed up with the dude."
Right.
So I thought that part was interesting, and then they threw the little thing in there to where the little kid ended up being his,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just like, "Fuck that shit, I don't care, I'm killing this little fucker," and So I just thought that, you know, conspiracy mode real quick to where for them to take a real event in the World Trade Center and then for them to say, yo, like we did that just to get money from the government and we're gonna do it again by killing 4,000 people with a bomb on his truck. So
yep.
I just thought that whole part was interesting. I don't know. But like I said, it was something that I had ended up seeing like a year ago. Somebody had it was like a conspiracy theory person where they put up like just that scene in the movie in this clip, and then they got to talking about it and all this other stuff. So I just wanted to mention it on the pod.
That's what's up, man. All right, man. You ready for Fire Flames?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. What you giving it?
All right. So with the cast, look, I think Geena Davis did a phenomenal job. Sam L, you know, this movie come out in '96, so this is really, you know, him coming off of his first time really being like the main person in Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So we really
and then he was in was Jungle Fever? Not Jungle Fever. What's the other? No, yeah, Jungle Fever.
Yeah,
right?
Jungle Fever. Yeah, but the thing, he wasn't the main guy though.
No,
He
I
was
know
just
he
like
wasn't the main guy. I'm saying like wasn't this around the same time though?
Yeah. Jungle Fever came out before Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
So I just brought up Pulp Fiction because that was, you know, the first time where he was kind of like, you know, one of the leads in the movie.
Okay.
So for him coming off of like one of his first times being a lead and then, you know, coming into this and sharing the screen with Geena Davis, which I mentioned earlier, I think their chemistry really jumped off the screen. I thought that was dope. So I think the cast, I think everybody did pretty good as far as the casting. I thought the story was really good. I just like the way that they led us up into a full blown Charlie Baltimore. I thought the end of the movie dope, you know what I'm saying, where they was, you know, the government wanted her to come back in. She didn't want to, but she asked for a favor and she, you know what I'm saying, let Mitch have his moment, you know what I'm saying, with Larry King and shit. And he told that dumbass joke. He thought that shit was funny as fuck. But but the part I'm talking about is when they was sitting outside and the cricket was going off and she threw that fucking knife at that cricket and then the cricket died. Yo.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you pissed that woman off. You yeah. But nah, I fought with this movie, man. I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Cool, man. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. Only because of certain things in the movie that was just a little too far fetched, like that nigga with the shotgun shooting the rocket, wherever that came from. When they threw the grenade in the hallway and then they ran all the way down the hallway, she was able to shoot out the window, and then the grenade exploded, and they were still able to run out and jump through the window, even though they were getting chased by the fire from the grenade, which we all know that's not how a grenade explodes, but so on and so forth. It was just a lot of stuff in here. I was just like, hey man, this is cheesy 90s shit, man. But I definitely appreciated it though. It made the movie good. Shout out to the cast. The cast was amazing, especially in the roles that they played. It was good seeing it was good seeing what's his name? Oh man, hold on. Where he at? It was good seeing Brian Cox out there doing something for a change, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting active, and even though he don't look as young, I mean, even though he looked a little bit younger, even though he still looked kind of older, but you know what I'm saying? It was good seeing him get out there and make some things happen. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Brian Cox in some different roles. The most notable role for me was The Ringer, and he did a great job in that, you know what I'm saying, playing the uncle of the main character. But this one, I thought he did a great job too. You know what I'm saying, being the guy that's supposed to be handling Charlie's like day-to-day affairs, basically. Like he's the connect man for Charlie, or was the connect man at some point for Charlie. And I thought that was super interesting seeing him play that type of role. seeing Samuel L. Jackson just play like the carefree, you know what I'm saying, laid back assassin's friend was funny too. That was actually a pretty good place to put him at. He was deserving of that for sure. So yeah, I'm giving it a 4, man. I know I said 3.5 at first, but I'm giving it a 4.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at it.
yeah, for sure. All right, man. So let's get into the coming soon.
All right.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, man. Our next episode, we are covering the movie Nothing to Lose. I believe this is Martin Lawrence and
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins. Please don't kill me, Freaky Jason.
They said.
Yeah, man. This is
it's gonna be a lot of one-liners.
Absolutely, and there's gonna be a lot of faces in here that you know what I'm saying, that we are gonna recognize and ask possibly, where has this nigga been? You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
I can't wait to see this, man. But yeah, that's the next episode. So you guys, you know what I'm saying, buckle up, get ready, tune in now. As soon as you turn this off, go watch Nothing to Lose. That way you'll be ready for the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, if you didn't like this episode, if you too were confused as to how she was able to throw her daughter through a hole in the wall in the house into the treehouse, hit us up. Tell us everything about it on socials, man. On Instagram and X at View9Pod, on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group. On X, we have the community Viewers Anonymous, and then also we still have our subscription episodes. Subscribe now, $2.99 a month. You don't want to miss out. Some of the best stuff we have on here is in our subscription package. And if you like to follow me, you can go to X. I'm on there at Scoots Bronson. I have a link in my bio. You can find me everywhere else there.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and on Twitter. With X at 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on Instagram. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. Last episode is still episode 138, which is History of Horror Part 2. I'm cooking up something new, so be on the lookout for a new episode coming out very soon. And that's all I got.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching so much. Your support is always greatly appreciated. But until the next time, man, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.